media. We have here Prince Darlington. Chuko became as in the hot television, Kenya. And we have Methuselah, our beloved brother. One name we said Kobina, who will be soon joining us. And we have Mazi Alozie, who will probably be joining us. And we have Chika Austin, who will probably join us as time progresses now. And we have our lion man from Brazil. And we have Mazi Judge Money. Now we have gathered and we have a lot of things to educate you today. Those things you need to know, those things you've not known, those things you've not heard. We plead with you to stay tuned and clear to your radio. Our IPOB community is working. Info Radio is working. Biafra Digest is working. Capture is working. And please, Biafrans all over the world, you have to be a police of your own and be your own investigative journalism. You have to copy this program, share it widely. Let it go viral. Share it to our beloved brothers, sisters, even the call lines, the Twitter line, which we have been distributing. Share it. It's very important. And there are flyers that are instructed. If you are buoyant, print it and share it in your community meetings, even your village meetings coming up on Sunday. Continue to educate them. There is no time. Remove fear. We are going to celebrate very soon. And we have about 4 topics to take today. Number 1 topic we are going to take today is divide and rule policy. How we progress from old Eastern region into Southeast and South. That's number 1 topic we are going to take. And the second topic is how the enemies fought to destroy IPOB in the last 2 years. And the third one should be IPOB will not accept anything less than the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come September. And finally, we have the need for villagers to start exposing those behind the kidnapping and harassment of our people, especially in Imo State. Now, there is an article Chinasa will posted in Twitter this morning, very interesting. I will allow our beloved brother, from Brazil, Lion Man, to please come up. Firstly, we'll read that article, why, let our people, gradually let our people heard what is happening about who both of them are pestering Aso Villa. And after that, if you have the opportunity, they can just call the numbers that we are directed, our people are directed to call, Twitter and call numbers. Then you take the topic we have at hand, the divide and rule policy. Mazi Lion Man, please open the floor for us as we progress. You're welcome to today's program. There.
Yeah, Mazi, okay, foreign. God bless you. God bless you. My location here is still remain. This is good morning from here, and good afternoon, and good evening, and good night to many, depending your time, location. My name remains Lion Man Leone. I reside here in Brazil, South America, and I hail from Obinwa in Abia State, Biafra land. Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we are here once again today to continue this gospel of liberty, to liberate not just only Biafran, to liberate entire African continent. Because when God wanted to liberate Asia, as our leader said one certain time, he used Japan to liberate the Asia. And today, look at where the Asians are today. When God wants to make what they call it, communication to reach both the poor and the rich, he used Finland to do so. So that is it. And God is about to use Biafra to liberate Africa as a whole as well. Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want to go straight to the topic because of our time. Before I go to that topic of divide and rule, let me first of all let the world to understand some of challenges or those who are behind some, may I call it, the backwardness of our land, those who want to keep us in that. A person like Hope Uzodimma, the administrative, Funana administrative governor. Now, let me, what happened, how Asorok have won him. Presidency won Hope Uzodimma to stop pestering Aso Villa and security chiefs, admonishes him to prepare to face EFCC over financial recklessness soon. Uzodimma in fair pally, which also call for the release of Nonsonkwa, adopted by Uzodimma. I hope Biafrans are seeing what is going on in that place. I hope Biafrans are seeing the handwriting of Hope Uzodimma. Yesterday, the chief of staff to the presidency, Femi Bajemila, has shown serious concern over how the Imo State outgoing governor has abandoned his state and occupied spaces in FCT. This is given that the new sheriff in charge has received a letter dated 5/8 on the 5th of August, that's 5/8/2023, from the family of the immediate past president's wife, Aisha Buhari, telling her to be careful of the command called Uzodimma. Very, very interesting. In that letter, which part read, I have to quickly bring you to your attention on how the Kaaba hijack PMD's government through Abakare, the former devilish chief of staff my husband hired. It continues. Abakare was the cause of the problem Imo State is facing when he received heavy sum of money from Uzodimma and planted one Ahmed Ganlock there to conduct primary election. I can put it to you that Ahmed Ganlock ran back here without conducting any primaries, but Abakare induced him to declare a fake result. Listen, I want to, before I continue, there's something I want to push in here, Mazi. Am I permitted to do so?
My brother, you're allowed to go on. Watch next.
Now, if you see what is going out here, is there anything the man they are holding incommunicado in DSS dungeon, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is there anything that this man have said contrary to what these people have reviewed today by themselves? Is this article now written by IPOB? I want the world to be paying attention to what we are saying here. Is this article now written by IPOB? The answer is no. So is there anything our leader have said contrary that is they are holding against him? You see, what our leader have said at the past is what these people are revealing here. There is no difference. And the death of Ahmed Gadlock, I think people have seen where the death come from. People have seen now, people will now understand what resulted to that man being murdered in Imo State, which our leader review. Look at what happened, look at what happened, look at what led to this man death. It was Hope Uzodimma. So is there another thing different? Is there anything different now? The answer is no. I continue. Today, the same cankerworm is staying in Aso Villa and FCT, seeking all measure to secure a second term. Tell him to go and campaign in his state and not Abuja. He has been spending much on all security chiefs, but as you can know, him and some senator Ojozo Kanu work against Tinubu. Are you people? Are you Biafrans? Are you following? Both of them
go on the same group. We know them, the same group. The same group.
Both of them form for the deposed Senate President Ahmed Lawal to contest against Tinubu. What a wickedness. So they are reminding them of their actions. Above was instructive from those who made fought to first possible. Similarly, the wife of the president who worked with a man who held a chair in ethnic and the privilege in her time has revealed that the man, Senator Samuel Ayahu, is a man to beat. In an undisclosed venue, meeting Hope, where Uzodinma was embarrassed. The issue of Imo State security was topical, and this imagine how the CP, who supervised the wrong declaration of Adamawa State Governor by giving the INEC officials protection, by giving them INEC officials protections, is still acting as CP in Imo State, and cautions that removal should be effectively immediately. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, thank God that they are the one revealing what IPOB have been saying, and I think every meaningful person, both from the Yoruba land and the Hausa land, who want a bright future in that place, in that contraction called Nigeria, where they are trapped and they want to be free. I think it is time they should drop envy, drop jealousy, and begin to applaud IPOB. Begin to tell the story of IPOB as only group, as only umbrella who want them alive, who want them to live. There is no other group. It is us, IPOB, led by Mazi Alozie. I will proceed again. Then, as it is, Uzodinma was seen discussing with Asore Dukubo and his boys in a viral video where his group was forced, but Uzodinma faced hidden to be used to process this election. However, Tinubu has read the riot act to Asore Dukubo or to Asore already. Change in a situation made manifest a day after Tinubu won Asore to quit Uzodinma dirty business. He, Asore, started calling for the release of Nonsongba, which was masterminded by the state actors. I hope all of you understand this very article. So now, go on. Now, what this Asore Dukubo or Hope Uzodinma have been doing in the southeast is just to create insecurity. So all this insecurity going on, kidnapping, killings of our youth, innocent burning of houses. Do you see now how both of them, Asore Dukubo, both of them now have opened themselves to the world? Oh, look at the people who is behind this thing. And now this thing now bring me to the more light into what this, I don't want to call that guy name, into that rejected and the cursed dog living in Finland. Do you see that these are the people using him to create instability in our land? This is very, very terrible. And this is why we call every meaning Biafran, other those who believe in IPOB and those who does not believe in IPOB, because we don't expect everybody to believe or to join what we are doing. But we expect everybody to be law-abiding and to be a patriotic Biafra. When it comes to your father's lion man, protecting jealously. Lion man. Yes. Lion man is gone. Please hold on. I want us to play one clip in respect to what you have just said. Okay. Do you have that song ready? To anyone that have with the lane areas, please play it on now.
We need it to come on air now. Please. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. I have it.
Please. Allow my hold on there. You can play that song now, please.
Thank you.
Mazi, hold it. Mazi, hold it. Let me support it with another one song. Maybe 2 minutes. There we continue.
Go ahead.
Okay, go on. Mazi, go on.
Okay.
Lion Man, go on.
Okay. So there is something I want to say here now. In a way, where they reviewed that he was discussing with us, then before Bola made Tinubu the selected president of the contraction called Nigeria. Now read an article of Riot Act to Osare Dukubo to caution him to stop that dirty deal business they have been engaged since Hope Uzodinma took over as a selective governor from the Kaba in the north. Now, what is it? What is our people thinking that is discussing with Asare Dukubo? Asare Dukubo, a man who declared a people to be killed. And when Asare Dukubo was making this statement, you know, our people are very, very dumb, and our people are, may I say, too much staying in Nigeria have damaged so much. Most of our people have damaged their bread. Now, this is a man who come out and say, every IPOB member, kill them. Every the internet doesn't lie. The text is still there. Every IPOB member, kill them. Then some of our people foolishly believe they don't know the full meaning of IPOB. IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. So when he was saying that thing, it's not actually us who have embraced our responsibility to restore Biafra. He was referring both everybody. They were referring to an innocent market woman, innocent trader of Igbo race. That's what he was referring, not Igbo race, Biafra race. But most of them keep mood, thinking that yes, he know what he's saying and he know where to go. Now, that brings me to this question. How many youth have died in Imo State? Those youth that died, that lost their life in Imo State in the hands of Osare Dukubo and Opo Zadema. Is this youth, are them IPOB members? The answer is no. This is where we need to be very careful sometimes. When people threaten this, everybody, either you are in support of what they are doing or you are not in support, everybody should stand up and work towards that particular threat. Because if you keep quiet, you may be the victim. If you are not the victim, your son may be the victim. If your son is not the victim, your daughter or your relative may be the victim of that threat. So I will stop here for that area. Then I want to go to this issue of our first topic, the divide and rule. How we progress from old eastern region into southeast and the south-south. Now, I want to call the attention of the so-called politicians from Biafra land. I want to remind them of what happened to when Jonathan was a president. When Jonathan was a president, Jonathan, good luck Jonathan, his name Ibo, Ebere. Then I remember vividly when they were talking about giving the Igbos opportunity. I remember this Bola Tinubu reminded them that Goodluck Jonathan is an Igbo man. You see, our politicians keep on deceiving themselves. They think that the people they are dealing with, they are stupid. Fulanese are not stupid. Britain are not stupid. They think they are smart. They are asking them now. There's something I got somebody posted, and then permit me to read it out from here, please, because it's in line with what you are discussing. Yeah, he said, I read something, an article. He said, Southeast Ohanese begged Tinubu to give Igbos more political and economic opportunities. Our political power has been reduced as we have few senators and also in the House of Representatives. Now, do you see how this group called Ohanese and Igbo keep on fooling themselves? I don't want to use the subjective word, but sometimes I used to say this group called Ohanese and Igbo, they don't have shame. I have never seen bunch of deplorable as these people. Sometimes when I see them addressing some of them there in that Ohanese and Igbo group as engineers, doctor this, professor this, I ask myself, what type of education did these people acquire? No, their academic profile is questionable because of their attitude. So did they think that these people who are, being governed Nigeria with them are fool? Those people are not fool. Let me tell you something. Eastern region remain Eastern region. Fulani created this south and the southeast just to divide us so that we will be the haters of ourselves. We will be discriminating ourselves while they are busy using it as a tactic to bring us down where they are occupying the space of politics in Nigeria. But they never know. Until these fools go back and ask themselves, tell themselves the truth. Come, let us reject this name and go back the way we were before. They must, you see, before these people succeed in politics in Nigeria, they must go back to that name, old Eastern region. They will use their hand, they have the power. They will use their hand to abolish that nonsense called Southeast and South-South. What is the meaning of South? Is in a geographic, map. Is there anything called South-South? What we have there is Southeast, North, and the West. So where did this name South-South come from? Delta. A very laughable indeed. Delta. No, this is Mazi. This is not a laughing issue. But what do? We control to export them. Almost laugh. We are laughing to shame them. Yeah, they laugh to shame their stupidity, my brother. You understand?
They answer that. They answer this.
Because I don't see how a matured man like me will be working and somebody will be now addressing somebody from my own place as South, and that person is a mature person as well, and he will foolishly accepting that insult. Now, God's will Akpabio, who is the Senate president, is an Igbo man. If they don't know now, I want to tell them. So they have given the Igbos the Senate president position to their own seat, to their own original document. What is there is we have given the Igbo president of Senate. That is what is there. Ohanes and Igbo keep on fooling themselves. Who is Akpabio? Akpabio is an Igbo man.
We can bring the video where Akpabio was addressing people speaking Igbo. He thought that video. We can bring it that way at the media. Metesla can bring it here. We have the videos. If they're that, we bring the video. So, we bring it to
so what else are them begging? What else are them begging? It's like when John Nnamdi was what do you call it, president. He was agitating for creation of state. You will now understand that these people, they don't want any progress, they don't want any development in our land. All they want is power. And that power, not that they are making use of the power. They are not making use of the power.
Lion man, let me ask you, please. Lion man. Let me ask you, is Okowa not an Igbo? Is Okowa not Igbo? Is Okowa?
Is an Igbo man?
The former governor of the Lagos or still governor of Delta, is he not an Igbo man? Why did they compare them into Ohanes and Igbo? This is what we are talking about. Did they not go as far as bringing him, all of them. Middle belt, are they not Igbos? Three local governments, are they not Igbo?
They are all Igbos. Now, you will now understand the reason why they wanted Mazi Alozie Kanu dead by all means. Because this is the only man who opened the eyes of the people. Although when Mazi Alozie Kanu was giving these voices of eye opener, I call his voice of eyes opener. But there are some people who foolishly listening to him that time. The only thing they are seeing in the voice of Mazi Alozie Kanu was entertainment. And that is why when challenges came, when we faced these challenges of autopilot and the whatever nonsense they call themselves, that's why I laugh most of IPOB members. I used to use it to insult them here. Those who follow that nonsense. I say, yes, I don't blame you. When Mazi Alozie Kanu was on radio lecturing you, giving you lecture for free, this is the lecture that no matter the level of university you go, you may not have this kind of lecture, and you have opportunity to grab it for free. You were somewhere drinking and smoking. The only thing you were saying, I like this man, the way this man talk. I like this man, the way this man talk. So the voice of Mazi Alozie Kanu turned to voice of entertainment to them. So when they did not hear that voice of entertainment, they follow another voice that looked like entertainment voice rather than wisdom. When we were listening with wisdom. We were learning from him when he was. I was preferring his voice as voice of knowledge, voice of eye opener, and that is why most of us remain strong and remain more stronger when this wave hits IPOB. And here we are today. So Mazi, let me read this of the numbers of this Twitter Tuesday issue that have the flyer that have come out. Please permit me so that I will go on. So that I will stop here because of our time. Please, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we have a duty to perform. All of us. If you know, I don't want to know if you are IPOB member or not IPOB member. This is a call that all of us must respect and perform this call to facilitate our freedom. Now we have this Twitter and the emailing duty to perform here. Please, I will read it out here. Please. This is Twitter Tuesday, as we are mandated in IPOB. As we embark on Twitter and the phone call campaign, in the vote to participate, see the complete list below. Please be polite when you call and use the following prompt. Hello, my name is so. I am calling to inform you about the illegal and the incarceration of Mazi Alozie, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. One, these are the things you've already written here, so we are not asking you to add your own, just to make the call. That's what we are demanding from you, Biafran people. The Nigerian Appellate Court discharged, acquitted, and dismissed all charges against Mazi Alozie. However, the Nigerian government has refused to obey the court order. Two, Mazi Alozie health has been deteriorating as he is under severe physical and mental torture in a solitary confinement and needs urgent medical treatment. We urge the international community to speak up, protect the fundamental rights of Mazi Alozie and of the Biafran people and the compiled Nigerian government to obey the judgment of the appeal court. Third, the right to self-determination is an international recognized right of indigenous people. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, are entitled to this right, and therefore urge the international community to intervene and press Nigeria government to put mechanism in place for the conduct of a referendum for the indigenous people of Biafra to determine their fate as people. Fourth, the Nigerian government has been lobbying the global community to designate Ipob, the victims and the survival of genocide, as terrorists, so that the Nigerian security forces can use it as a cover to continue with their forceful and the extrajudicial detention, killing of Biafran people unabated. Now, look at the numbers to call. Look at how the time to call or to carry this duty, please. Biafran, pay attention. AU, EU, Russia Federation, UK, United Nations Office at Geneva. Time to call these places is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Biafra time. That is when they call all these places. And the telephone number is +251 11 55 17 700. I repeat, +251 11 55 17 700. Then another phone number that will follow it is +7 491 499 244 1606. I repeat, +7 499 244 1606. Please, that is the time to call on this area. Now, another one here is the People Republic of China, Foreign Affairs. Time to call is 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. Biafra time. Then the telephone to call on this one is +86 10 65 96 11 14. I repeat, +86 10 65 96 11 14. The email remains the same. The Twitter and the email here are at Foreign Chinese. Then the other one is at MFA-Chinese. The other one is at spokesperson, CHL. These are the email that you have to carry this, our duty, to their listing and lay this complaint. As it is written here, you don't need to add anything. Just forward it through their email, through their Twitter, and when you're having conversation, we encourage you to record their conversation with them so that you will post it for other Biafrans to see how you carry out your duty. Mazi, I will stop here and give chance to other people to speak. God bless you.
And bless you to watching it. Thank you. Don't wonderfully well. Thank you for a very nice rendition here. Biafra, don't forget tomorrow our European rep, Mazi Alozie, will be on air with some of our European coordinators. He will moderate it. Charles Mba, Ireland National Coordinator, will be there. Chibike Nadim, Switzerland, will be there. And Mazi Kori Chinedum, National Coordinator of Germany, that was I remember visited now. Time is 8 p.m. Biafra time tomorrow. Now let me go to Mazi Ken and watching it. As is the hot television, unmute yourself, take number 1, number 2, and number 1, okay? Divide and rule the policy. How we progress from both Eastern region into Southeast and South, and how the enemies fought to destroy IPOB in the last 2 years. Unmute yourself and I hand over to you. You can, it's hot. There we.
Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans. Once again, we are on our weekly program. And my name is Mazi Alozie. This is Radio Biafra, the voice of the voiceless, the only megaphone which the indigenous people of Biafra are using to communicate the world. And I want to thank each and every one of you, my fellow comrades who are speaking from this hallowed platform. I pray that you will carry so our nation and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from the country. In the name of Jesus. He said, I greet you in the Director of State, you are our Directorate of State head, whom we are looking up to for that, because in this struggle we follow due process, command and control. Everything that DOS says becomes a law. On today's program, I'm going to be very brief, but I have to read outlines of things that our people need to know, because on Radio Biafra, you come here, you learn, and you teach us in return. That is why it is a platform where you come and learn. Before I go on, I want to make a quote. This quote is from Martin Niemöller from Germany. Martin Niemöller says, first, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. The reason why I first read this out is because I want to narrate 1 or 2 lines about the division, the divide and rule policy, which the enemies have used to divide us and made us into mushroom that they can plug as they want. And it's been working until the coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Radio Biafra. When you look at the division that these people have put in our region, the old Eastern region, which is known as Biafra land, so many of our people do not understand how these people operated. A lot of our children do not understand what happened. Mazi, I want to state it right here that Nigeria is dead with history. I don't used to watch what they call Big Brother Nigeria, but something happened there and someone called my attention to it. I quickly watched that part where the person cut out and showed me where a question and answer was asking. And it was asked on that particular program, which year was Nigeria, which year did Nigeria fought civil war? Mazi, believe you me that all the people in that house, nobody was able to know the actual date. When Nigeria
denied the history now. They denied them the history now. they remove our history.
So it is so appalling, it's so painful, it's so disheartening that men of 30, 40 years in that house who claim to be educated, professors or whatever they record their names, none of them, influencers, knew the date that Nigeria fought civil war. And I cried. I said, oh, this is what they have done to us. But on Radio Biafra, those of you that are privileged to listen to us, we always learn the history that you are not able to be taught at school. Now, the old Eastern region that we are talking about today was an administrative region in the zoo, which was dated back during the time in 1954, during the time of their so-called colonial masters. And the first capital of this old Eastern region was Calabar. As okay, I'm sure you don't know that Calabar was the first capital of old Eastern region.
Man, I know that's where the colonial master entered from Calabar seaport. I know. Go on, bro.
So in that 1954, there was nothing like division, balkanization of the old Eastern region. And when you talk about the old Eastern region, you are talking about, I'm going to count the states that comprises the old Eastern region. Cross River, then there was no Akwa Ibom, there was no Bayelsa. Just let me mention so that those who are listening to us will understand. Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa, Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, Abia. Then they carved out Delta into what they called middle belt or whatever they call it. Now, during that period of time, our people were congregating towards development of the old Eastern region, discussing about the affairs of the Eastern region. That time they were into regional system of government until the enemies started their job of balkanization. But their job of balkanization actually started in 1967 was when they started balkanizing us. Because in that 1967 was when the enemies, they knew that our people are putting head together through an organization which is known as Igbo State Union. And this Igbo State Union has to, enter all these places I made mention of. Because when you talk about Akpabio being an Igbo man, I know that some people will try to challenge it. They will say, how is it possible? They will not believe it because they were not privileged to be taught at school about who they are. And I want to make it clear here that Akpabio happened to be the first governor in the old Eastern region that remembers the pogrom that was committed against the old Eastern region, which is Biafra land. He remembered the dead. Mazoka, I don't know if you're aware that Akpabio did it first before Obiano adopted it. While Mazi Alozie announced it, Akpabio was the first person that built a monument to remember those fallen heroes of Biafra war. Are you aware of that, Mazi?
Mazi, I'm not aware, honestly, I'm not aware. We are just learning.
Okay, thank you. So I'm bringing it to you because, the internet never forget. I can still dig it up and put it out for people to listen and watch. Now, when they started balkanizing us is because in that 1967, when the issue of Biafra war was raging, we have not started the fight actually that moment. But the enemies were already seeing the handwork on the line. They were seeing that the Igbo people, when you talk about Igbo people, you go to River State, you go to Bayelsa, you go to you go to Akwa Ibom, cross river. But then there was nothing like Bayelsa. There was not like all these places. Just what we have was Eastern region. So what they did was to start dividing us into chunks so that they will be able to penetrate us. And don't forget that this Igbo State Union was serving as Ohanese and Igbo. And from that Igbo State Union, they now break them. When they break them, they now brought it down to call it Igbo National Assembly. And from Igbo National Assembly, Nigeria government banned it. They stopped them from bearing that name, Igbo National Assembly. Then that is when Chief Nwabeze now brought the idea of Ohanese and Igbo. You see how they were cutting us short. From large family, they begin to cut us short. They first divided us. They divided us. They call it East Central States.
East Central States, 1970s.
East Central States. They put the capital in Enugu. And now, when you see them talking about Igbos, they were trying to cut a chunk of people, put them as Igbos, forgetting that we know our boundaries and we know where our brothers and our sisters reside. So looking at this, the way they cut us short, the way they balkanized us, and the way they brought us to where we are and what we have today, the Ohanese Igbo was a puppet. They were weak. They were not strong enough to do anything in uniting everybody. That is why our people do not know that somebody like Gospel like Babio is supposed to be an Igbo man. That is why they don't know that somebody like Ifeanyi Okowa did not acknowledge himself as an Igbo man. But all these people are Igbos. Because when you made mention of Igbo, we even extend up to Bakassi Peninsula. If you go to the place they call Bakassi today, Igbos are the owner of that place. Igbo are the inhabitant of that particular place. So the reason why I just try to take a little time to break it down before I now hit the main point is because some people will say, how can you prove it? We don't know it. They don't teach us at school. But now we are here teaching you, and if you want to learn, you are going to learn. Now that divide and rule, which brought down old Eastern region to old East Central State, and they now have from there they cut it down to Southeast, and they carve out South, they carve out all these things. It happened because the people who supposed to lead, who supposed to fight, who supposed to stand to say no, this is where we want, this is who we are, and this is our boundaries, was all bribed. And they were all faded away. They couldn't do anything. And today, you have what is called Eastern region. We have what is called, not Eastern region, you have what is called Southeast and South-South. And there is nothing like South-South. We have challenged them. But if you watch what is happening today, you notice that there is nothing like South-South anymore. Because even the people they are calling South-South are no longer proud to call themselves South-South, because you can't find South. There's no South inside South. Look at the world map and look at the cardinal point. There's nothing like South-South. That is by the way. Now, they did it for a purpose, and the purpose is for them to destroy the Igbo race, to destroy that unity that brought us together, which the Igbo State Union was supposed to do. So the moment they destroy Igbo State Union, the moment they destroy Igbo National Assembly, then they brought us to, they begin to pieces us. That is why people like Sondo Olise will tell you that my name is Sondo Ogochukwu Olise, but I'm not Igbo. That is why Stella Damascus changed the name from Stella Odumegwu to Damascus. Damascus is, I think, is in the Middle East. It's not. There's nothing like Damascus in our land. Her name is Ojukwu, not Odumegwu, sorry. Her surname is Ojukwu, but they have, because of the war and what happened during the war, they changed their name into Damascus. They begin to answer different kind of names. But today we are here.
Mazi, what of Mariam, Sela Odia? You know, I say Mariam, Babangida wife, or Babangida, I think, not a woman.
Ndidi. Her name is Ndidi. Her name is Ndidi. Okay. Mariam Ndidi. Yes, her name is Nnamdi. She's from Delta State. So we know all these things, and the problem is that people like me did not know it on time. If I was taught about all this historical fact from child, as I'm growing, I will do a lot, believe you me. But those who were our fathers are supposed to lead us have failed us. That is why anytime they see us talking about Ohanese Igbo, they say you people are not respecting elders. When elders did not show the younger ones the right route to follow, what do you expect of them? And I thank God that Mazi Alozie came at the right time and began to educate us. And today, we are looking at how the enemies have fought to destroy IPOB in 2 years. Now, the enemies knew 100% that in unity we will stand and we will prevail. But when they balkanize us into chunk of mushroom, they will decimate us. The fight of the enemy in the eastern region in Biafra land to destroy IPOB for the past 2 years is just yesterday. For the past from 1970, for the past 40 years, is an orchestrated plan to make sure that we did not unite ourselves, we did not come together as a people, which IPOB that Mazi Alozie created is trying to do. It is through Radio Biafra and Mazi Alozie preaching that the people from the riverine areas begin to acknowledge that they are the same with these people, because the fact was there. The first revolution carried out in this side of the world, led by a woman, happened in Biafra land, led by this woman from Calabar. What's her name again? What's her name? I forgot the name. About Umara 2020. Yes, about Umara. I forgot that name. Yeah, I forgot the name. I forgot. I can't pronounce it. Lion Man, if you can remember the name of Methuselah. Methuselah, welcome. Dedemoni, welcome. Thank you. So this woman did something. Our Biafra women that time, so those from Calabar, those from Iguacha, those from Owerri, those from Anambra, all eastern region, they came together as one people and they fought. They said British should not continue to kill us with too much of tax. They should not. The battle that men couldn't fight, women fought it. Women fought the battle, and what happened? They won the battle. They pushed the British, made them not to give us too much tax, made them not to give us a stringent condition to survive as a people. Then it was all eastern region, nothing like south and southeast. So it is right now that the people of Biafra, women don't pay tax in Nigeria today. You know that they created a history. Yes, here in Europe, women pay tax like men equally, but in Biafra, yes, right. In Nigeria, they don't pay taxes. Margaret, her name is Margaret Ebo. Margaret Ebo, it just came into my mind right now. She is the one that led it. Margaret Ebo wasn't from Anambra, wasn't from Enugu, but from the place they called riverine area today. They call South today. And what happened? We were together then. We were working as a family. So they tried to destroy us for a very long time. It was not working until our brother begin to adapt to the idea of let us divide the zone of south, southeast, south that. And our people adopted it thinking that it's going to favor them. And upon that, southeast happened to be the only region that doesn't have 6 states. Only 5 states. So there are people that we are supposed to speak against what is being done to our people, against the evil method against our people. They were not speaking. And that is why I started with that quote of Nimola that says they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak because I'm not one of them. But when they came for me, nobody was there to speak for me. Today, Asari Dokubo is busy rubbing mind with the Supreme Court Governor of Imo State, killing our people. Yes, they are killing our people because some people thought that it was only the IPOB members that should be killed. When Asari was lamenting, shouting, kill all of them, kill all of them. They look at us, they see us as one. Every person from the north sees everybody from the doorstep down as Igbo. That is how they see us. And that is why when they want to kill, they don't ask you, is there any way that the IPOB is written on your face? But before I go on, please, I want to play that his voice, that the world may understand what we are saying. Please, just pay attention. Did you hear that? This is the voice of Asari Dokubo, a supposed Igbo man whose great-grandfather was sold to slavery to Ijoland. And today he is asking for the people to be killed. And him and Osodimba have been doing this dirty job, killing innocent people. But finally, based on the news that here, we have seen that even Tinubu government do not support what they are doing. I don't know if it is true that he doesn't support it or not, but reading a riot article for him shows that it's a warning to him. Look at where you're going to. Look at where you're going to. Look at our brother Nosonkwa. They kidnapped Nosonkwa. They arrested him and took him to Abuja. And today, the issue of Nosonkwa is going to expose a whole lot of things. Believe you me. The issue of Nosonkwa is going to expose so many things that will shock the world. Just watch it and see. But we are thanking God that even at that, everybody from the old Eastern region are now believing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been a Messiah, have been the leader who have come to save each and every one of us. And that balkanization, that destruction of Alibo, the destruction of Alibo is not working. The reason why it's not working is because the IPOB media warriors, the Directorate of State, the Radio Biafra are there, attacking and exposing every evil of the enemies against our people. That is why you see that whenever they kill one person, we bring it to the world. They kill two persons, we bring it to the world. They attack a community, we bring it to the world. Just imagine there was nothing like IPOB. Just imagine there was nothing like Radio Biafra. Just imagine that we don't have any media outfit that will stand to explain to the whole world. All their plans would have been a successful one, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us about Abuja Summit of 1989, where IBB spent billions to tell them to come and take over this side of the world. They did it to the north, it worked for them. They did it to the south, to the west, it worked for them. But in our land, the boundary between Benue and Enugu State is where Sesefly killed thousands of them. Sesefly killed them. Chukwu Okadiama have been fighting for us, and he will continue to fight for us. And we are anticipating for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu total freedom. Then we'll continue to march until Biafra is restored. I stand by for now. Thank you very much.
Mazi, thank you. Mazi, repeat. I want to repeat that video, that voice of Osare Dukuboya. It didn't come out on radio. Please, it didn't come out clear.
Okay, repeat it before I hand over to me. Mazi Metutela.
You can go on.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can still mute, please. Can still mute. Metutela, Mazi Obina, one minute. Mute yourself, please. We are taking number 2.
Yes. Good afternoon from here. I think I want to ask: am I the last person to speak on this topic?
No, you are not the last person. We still have a fearless and the money here.
Let others speak. I'm just driving. I'm just getting home in a couple of minutes.
Okay, notify me. Fearless evangelist, please unmute yourself and come up.
Okay, Mazi. Biafrans all over the world. Thank you for giving me this very privilege to speak on Radio Biafra. I remain fearless IPB evangelist Mazi Alozie. I am from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Aniri. Aniri is a local government in Oji River Province, Biafra land. I'm a homeland broadcaster under IPOB. Thank you, Mazi Alozie, for this opportunity. Let me continue on the first. Mazi, I think I will touch on the Mazi issue before I will continue. I will move.
Go on. We're exposing. Tell our people what they need to know. Go on.
One thing I like with IPOB is consistency. Even when we say the truth, they will try to claim as if we are not saying the truth. It is not our problem. We continue.
Mazi, we learn it from our leader. He always shouting consistency.
You did not agree whether you want to kill yourself. That is your business. We continue saying it. We will say it. Even if we remain 3 people, we will continue saying it. And that has been our weapon. We don't have any other weapon than to say the truth. Now, the issue of Ozodema is that Tinubu cannot afford to give him such money. Because, like Mazi Chinasamoru said, that he's using this thing, though he kill our people, but he's getting money. Security vote. And he can do that thing with those people presidency. So, according to Nigeria election, because Nigeria election is when they call you as the winner. That is, and that's what Obasanjo. What is it called? What is that? Senate. What is INEC chairman? From Mbano. Hi, that gave Obasanjo president. Maurice. Yes, you are announced. The winner is the winner. That's when they put that in their Nigeria. So Ozodema will face what he is facing because what he must face it. We know this thing will come. Though whether truth or not, all we know is that it must come. Because Ali Mungunu, they knew his involvement in the death of Ahmed Gulag. Even when the Hope Ozodema want to bring it, he knew that they did it. But IPOB cannot be intimidated with the death of Ahmed Gulag. Now, he rushed and they said it was political assassination. Now, why the news we keep saying is IPOB? But most of them have said it because he want to heap it on the head of other opponents. That was his target. But they knew that Ali Mungunu, National Security Advisor, knew when this man moved to Imo. He has the intel of any movement from the airport. He has the intel to inform him anybody that moves from airport. He has intels, so they are aware. But I will not dwell much on that. Let me go to the divide and rule. Let me touch it. Our people have done very well on that, but I will touch it because the name of Obasanjo must be called. Because this very thing we are talking about on the southeast and south was announced by Obasanjo. It was announced 6 geopolitical zones. He created that rubbish because even the northerner, no part of the north was divided. No, they just gave them 3 geopolitical zones so that they will be winning you in election. Northeast, northwest, north central. Why they now go and carve Biafrans and put them on north central? They took Igala, they took Idoma, they even went to Abakaliki, they cut part of Iza into there, it become North Central. You know, all these things, they never do any divide and rule. But they knew what they are doing in our land. And it came to pass in the time of Jonathan. You know, people don't understand what happened. Obasanjo have ruled Nigeria 8 years, and they don't want Jonathan to rule completely 8 years. They counted his 2 years of as Yadai died. He ruled 2 years. He now won 6 years. He won 4 years plus 2. It becomes 6 years. So he wanted to contest again, to win again, and to complete it 10 years. And they said no. And in their language, they said that Igbo people have ruled. This very language wanted to come up when Jonathan was contesting when he said election. But they understood that it would destroy the south and the southeast they created. They wanted to say, Igbo people have ruled, Jonathan is Igbo. So they calmed them down. That voice was coming from the north. They said, no, don't go there. Because they knew that we are the same. They knew that it's even Igbo people that made Jonathan president. They voted for him. We knew that all of us are the same. But when you told these people, they said they told us we are Niger Delta, we are South, we are South. When did they tell you? How many years ago did they tell you? 1999, they created you in the southeast and south. Right? Now, when they want to, you demand for something good in Senate. Only how many senators from the 5 southeast will be supporting you? Not even all of them. You see those from the south who know that what you are demanding for is in the same land because we own the land together. But they'll say we are south. They will not support a bill from the southeast. That is the division. But if it is in the north, go to the northeast, the north central, the northwest, they will support the bill. So that is the issue. Imagine somebody, if you call out you think as if it's in Hausa language. It is Awumchi. fool, you are an idiot. But onye aka ije ofu ajụ na Biafra land ka ọ mara iche na iti mgbu. Gwa m ihe ga-ajụ director na ọ ga-agwa gị. Tell me, mmadụ na-adị ka director. Ndị mmadụ la n'iyi. Masị ga-edozi m agwa na mmadụ a ga-emenwu ka onye a. Ụlọ echezila na mmadụ ga-eme ka onye a, mmadụ a na-eme ka onye a. Asịsa mmadụ is in like our leader. Is in like our so na-akpọ egwu Oliver now. Mmadụ emezi ka Oliver. Na m tiri play. I am replaying Osadebe. I'm replaying Oliver the Coke. Then I'm now doing like Oliver. You must be mad. So that is the issue. Our leader have done great job. That is why he refused to reveal all to them, and he kept those ones with him. There is no argument you come with concerning the Southeast or South or anything concerning Biafra land. He will not tell you. Imagine what they are telling them. But today we are here. Nzog is from Anyoma. He led the Q 1966. They say it's Igbo Q. Today they say it's Delta. Hey, they are not Biafra. But it's Igbo Q. Nzog is not from Aba. Nzog is not from Onitsha. He's from Anyoma. That is Igbo land. Aloma, you said it very well. It's Igbo. But it was not Igbo Q. But let us just say, where is Nzogu from? It's Igbo. Now, how can you say that the place Nzogu is from is another plan, is like another place? But you say he let Igbo Q. Today we are here, we still reveal it. Somebody from Ejo reminded Ojuku our name. He did not name, just like Dokubo was jumping up. It was Frank Opigo that named Biafra. Biafra is a lie. He reminded Ojuku. Opigo reminded Ojuku the name. Remember that our name is Biafra. Don't bring a new name. Right? He did not name Biafra. He reminded Ojuku. And that is our brother. The Akwa Ibom people, they are Ibonta, Ibibio. They are the people that named Abangwa. The Yoruba man named Aba. It's our people that named it. So how come they tell you are from here? This one is from here. This one is from. That is what they brought here. But today IPOB is here. Radio Biafra is here. Everything is here. In IPOB, we have member of the leadership from different parts in Biafra land. We have them. So that is one thing people don't know. When they say, yeah, South is not supporting this, you tell the person you don't even know what you are saying. If you don't support by politically, we know that in IPOB, we have state coordinators of those places. We have membership of those places. So we know what we are doing. Everybody can know that is the mistake people do. Because that is what some people are doing. They do now. They say that they are giving order with the name of Biafra people. How can you give order? I'm coming to that. How can you give order with the name of Biafra people? Who is Biafra people? Both the politicians. You must give order with the name of your group. That is the issue. The Biafra people have decided to continue and sit at home. You don't lead the whole people at the same time in freedom fighting. You must lead a group. So, Mazi, this is anything they have done. We have destroyed. Let me go to the second, which one? Third one. Is it about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because I'm not with the other phone here.
Go to the anyone you can see, but number one. Go to number one if you can.
Number one. Okay.
Yeah. Before you go there, hold on. I want to play one clip, please. Because here, I want to play a clip of Ababio where he was preaching Igbo. For those of them who have that, listen carefully. Let me play the clip. Okay.
earlier. Even when they started, God was revealing it to us, exposing them to us, and our duty was to be pressing on with the truth. We never hated anybody. These people that started disobeying others and countering others, which is at exactly the way enemy operates. These people are people that will share their program. These are people that before the very day they started countering others, their program already on our walls. We share them. We hate nobody. We are not in enmity with anybody. Just that anything that will affect the struggle that we were carrying the dead bodies of our own while we were building this struggle. We were going to multiple burials in Biafra land while we were building this very house, this very solid house. We were going to mortuary, seeing after the bodies of our own Nigerian government killed while we were building this house. We were going to where they are treating our own that Nigerian government shot, injured one. We were treating them while we build this house. Just like Nehemiah. Nehemiah said that they were holding their sword on the other hand, while they use the other hand to build the wall. The same thing we do. And they set watch in the cities to see after their women and their children. The same thing we did. We set ESM. Nehemiah chapter 4, we set ESM. And those, we ourselves that are building the wall, we hold sword in the other hand, while we use the other hand to build. That's how we do. And this had been our method. We knew our ways of play in the pitch. That's why we could be able to expose them and dislodge them. These people began to tell people that Nnamdi has no power in detention. Imagine such a people. Imagine. Just in my program the other day, I asked them, somebody to suspend Monday sit at home and somebody to leak the secret where he was kidnapped from. Which one should be secret? The one that should be secret is the one to reveal where he was kidnapped from. Nnamdi Kanu was in DSS. He revealed that he was kidnapped in Kenya. And he said he was tortured for 8 days. It wasn't DSS that said it. It wasn't you. It was Nnamdi Kanu that told Barrister Joffo. And he came and announced and they published it. And you believe he was kidnapped in Kenya. And when you suspended Monday sit at home, you said he was under duress. So he cannot be under duress while he exposed where he was kidnapped from. But he will be under duress when he suspends something he can suspend in the open, in the presence of DSS. That's why in one of my brokers, I told them that as far as Mazi Alozie suspended Monday sit at home in the presence of DSS, that is to say, if you do Monday sit at home 100 years, they will not accept it. The reason is that the man you are doing it for have condemned it. And IPOB press release, by condemning it, the people that he is leading have also condemned it. So if you like, he kill everybody in the name of Monday Statum, the government that is holding him knows that the man have distanced himself from this. So therefore, there is no kind of people that will hold on sit at home. Hence, the man you are doing it for was in the presence of the government you are protesting to. He told them, I suspend it in their presence. And they had the people he's leading, IPOB. They come already and said they suspended. They published, they brought out, what is it called? They published memos condemning it severally. You saw our independent broadcasters condemning it. You saw our people, writers condemning it. You saw our radio Biafra broadcasters condemning it. How do you think that you can do it and the government will listen to you? They will not listen to you. That's why the politicians keep pointing at your criminality while you do sit at home, because they cannot present the sit at home as to free Nnamdi Kanu. They are aware that IPOB has suspended it, and they are aware Nnamdi Kanu suspended it. That is to say, they cannot present it. They are government officials. They knew that this thing is not related to free Nnamdi Kanu because he is not interested in it. So even if you are doing it on your own, the name of Biafra people, it will not be effective because the man you are doing it for rejected it. This is what we told them. They were jumping. We are doing it for him. Are you doing it for him? Is there any press release backing it up every Monday? No press release. Now, don't you know that you cannot fight for free Nnamdi Kanu only without IPOB? Everybody are sympathizers of IPOB. They join IPOB to free their leader because IPOB leader was caught. And life of Nnamdi Kanu. You can only follow IPOB, even if you are UN. You will connect IPOB. Anybody, or unless you reach IPOB, anybody, even if you are flying, you must reach IPOB because we are the people he's leading. These are knowledge people refuse to get. That you can't jump us and go after our father in the hospital. You know where he's paying him. It's a lie. He leads us. And that's why some people who we are living in the same compound with, they saw enemies outside the compound. Then Abosaya, direct us listen to him. Yeah, we Abosaya Nimaya. Not that in this eye in shop. He saw me with iron counter. Just on our way to that's what Ibrima was. Now, he now told you that our father, who was in the hospital, Mazi, let me just use that. He was in the hospital, and there are senior brothers who go to that place and see him. When they come out, they bring message. He said no. And we ask you to send your own delegates to go and see our father. He said no. But you keep cancelling every messages, right? Now, because you were listening to people that do not even belong to the family, who were raising that voice, and you ended up in Ife Alobi. You went and built a house in another place. Yes, it is done in our land. But the problem is that you automatically cut off from the family meeting because you joined people that have not attended family meeting, and you claim that they are fighting for your father to be healed in the hospital. Now, the worst you committed is that you changed surname. You change surname, say your surname is now autopilot. Why we remain with the surname, which our father, the surname, our father is aware. He gave to us. And this is IPOB. We are here. And you told us that when our leader is out, he will now leave the main house, leave the people that are bearing his name. He will now be looking for people from Alobi that does not attend family meeting, and they follow people that have never attended family meeting. And you are there, and you change surname to autopilot. You say, you come out to know who is who. You are a mad person. You can't tell the person that says you are a fool because he cannot go and live in a stranger house. He will live in a house he built IPOB. People can be removed and the structure remains. But these are the ignorance of people. So they tried the Mazi. They plotted people from 2018. Immediately our leader's voice came up from Israel. Immediately he appeared in Israel. From that day he prayed, and the second day he spoke to us. That was the day the plan started automatically. That was when they started planting these people. And today we are here. We have shown them that Nnamdi Kanu is right. Nnamdi Kanu is now, he got more strength now because DSS does no longer bring such news they used to give to him. You know, they always bring propaganda news and tell him, hey, IPOB have been destroyed. Hey, we have destroyed it. We have done this. We have done that. That's what they have been taking to our leader. And you see our enemies who have been claiming to be with us, they go there, they tell our leader, these are people who go to make our leader, to set him free. They'll go there, try to bring high BP to our leader. They'll say no more ESN. They say no, Biafra is not there. And they say nobody is talking to you. There is no ESN. There is no finance. They have closed down every finance. This is something. You go to your father in hospital. You start telling your father you know that is in a problem. These are people, these are things they took to that man. That's what they took to him. To cause him high BP, to kill him. They want to cause him heart attack. How can you go and tell somebody that his house has been demolished? But it is a lie. We are still here. We have been expecting this time of time. And we have seen it, and we are here. And today we have played out IPOB. And then Nnamdi Kanu have gotten strong members he can lead. Today IPOB is fated. What you can see here now, strong hardcore. Those that cannot give our leader headache. And we are still tuning them, making sure they are ready before the man is out, so that he can lead us to match. Thank you, Mazi. That's what I will offer here. Thank you.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you, my beloved brother. Before you go out, I remember when our leader when he proposed the agro farm, and he passed around to Israel immediately. But that is why let me give a chance to our brother Mazi Metusela. One name is you're welcome, and it's a go Biafra, you're welcome aboard. Mazi, we've been to one name.
Yes, no, brother. Good afternoon, wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, and at the same time, those who know what it means to be free. We are welcoming you to today's edition in Radio Biafra, where we continue exhibiting what we learned from our leader a man who meant well for his people, a man who felt that it's necessary for us to educate ourselves, a man who knew that awareness of your environment and at the same time to know who you are is also a step to free yourself from the bondage. Because one thing is certain, if you don't know what is holding you down, there won't be any way of you fighting to come out of it. We have realized that we don't know. And that is why we are seeking to know. And on the process to seek to know, we've discovered a lot of things that is keeping us going. It's very unfortunate that the kind of educational system in Nigeria does not allow our brethren to hearken to the voice of freedom. And I wonder those who call themselves historians, those who call themselves, who say they studied history and international relations, they are the people that we expect them to come out and begin to analyze what has happened to us in the past. Because you must know where you are coming from so that you can use that experience to correct your present and at the same time to seek for a brighter future. Now, coming to the issue of divide and rule, I have been doing this, I have been preaching about this. I cannot count the number of times I've used this into anchor a program, because I know this is one thing we conquered as we joined this struggle. We conquered it. It's very, very unfortunate that we have been also a messenger of such hate speech and at the same time divide and rule tactics by using an instrument created by the Fulanis, by those who don't want us to survive, to begin to know who is who. Like if you ask yourself, those things that are used to know who is who among us, none of these states were created by our forefathers. As many of you know, I don't want to take you on a long reign. Some of you that are listening are educated. Some of you know when the state started, they started dishing out to this state, ranging from 1967 to 1996. If we go to let me just start from 1976, because what happened in 1967 is as a result of the Biafran genocide, and they are afraid of these people coming together again to start to agitate. This is the instrument, or rather the pivot upon which the destruction and at the same time division of this state started. Is a fear of people converging again and seeking for freedom. And what they mapped out is what I call to divide them, put them in enmity, carve out brothers from brothers, just give them a different name, even though they are speaking the same language, they eat the same food, they dress alike, their way of reasoning are similar. Just destroy them and under-educate them and then instigate, hatred among them. And because they are not sensible, they can be able to do the rest of the job, which many of you are seeing today that those we call bloggers in our midst are doing. Those we call content creators. Those that I call the charlatans, because those people are just hungry charlatans who don't care about the well-being of their people. What they care is how they just make their money in the name of blogging. It's a very, very pity that Ipob alone cannot do this job, and that's why we call it awareness, so that we can wake other people up, so that those we waking up who can continue disseminating the information. Let me just only pick the state that followed on where we are. In 1976, Imo State, Anambra State, we are among the states that Murtala Mohammed created. Murtala Mohammed, it doesn't sound like a Biafran. We know where Murtala Mohammed came from. In 1987, Ibrahim Babangida, Akwa Ibom, we know what happened. We know how Akwa Ibom were created. In 1991, we have Abia State, Enugu State, and Delta State. Then in 1996, Sani Abacha again created Ebonyi State. I just want to go basically on those they call South, South, and Southeast. 1996, Bayelsa was created. 1996, Ebonyi was created. And then in 1991, Abia and Enugu and Delta were created in 1991 by Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Just if you begin to look at this creation of state, you can see that none of them were created by Biafra. And you ask yourself, what was the reason of this creation of the state? They will tell you they are trying to make sure that democracy gets to the nook and crannies of every corner of the nation. But it is not the reason. The reason is to make sure that they disseminate us and they divide us. And then if you watch how they did it just watch closely in the north. They did it for the purpose of census. They did it for the purpose of numbers so that they can use it to truncate everybody. And that is what is going on now. And that's why sometimes I laugh at my brethren who claim that they're educated, who think that they can contest for anything and win. As an Igbo man you are. They play all this card of brother unity. But in reality, we are not one. And it is not a bad thing to say we are not one. It is not, it's only in African soil when we tell somebody, I am not, me and you, we are not one, but we can coexist as humanity. All this preaching of love yourself as if you love your brother, all those things does not make sense. Africans, yes, I agree we are Africans, but there's something that holds us together. We must understand that. And that is what people are running away from. I am a Biafran. I don't have any connection as per way of reasoning with a full animal. I don't have any connection regards to my ideology as a Yoruba man. So we are not the same, but we are human. We can coexist. We can marry. We can intermarry. It's not a problem. After all, some of us are living in Western world. We marry their women. We coexist with them. It doesn't mean that we are enemy. We are not. For example, if you check Czech and Slovakia, it was before Czechoslovakia. They divided, they have the same language. For many of you that didn't know, they speak the same language. Almost the same problem now that is happening among us is what is the experience. They said there's enough development in Czech Republic, and they divided. And if you go to Czech Republic today, I studied there a bit. I have a whole lot of Slovakia people working there. Vice versa, if you go to Slovakia, you have a lot of Czech people working there. It's only in Africa, when you talk about that you want to have your own way of life, people begin to shout that united we stand. These are the things that they have used to hold us down for many years. And now, our people are now, buying into that mess by seeing Enugu man, seeing Anambra man, Imo man. I'm Imo. You are nothing connect us. You are Imo. You are Anambra. Owing to the fact that the people that created these things are not from our place. These are enemies who divided us and then try to destroy us by forcing brothers and brothers to rise up and begin to fight each other. And that is the one thing that I've learned in this struggle. If there's any other thing I can boast of, it is to destroy that divide and rule mentalities among us, because we have something in common, unlike when we talk about being a Nigerian. So these are the things we expect those who call themselves bloggers to be teaching. If you watch closely what is going on in Biafra land today, you can see that those that call themselves bloggers are the ones that are bringing this issue of divide and rule. You are from Anambra, this Ebonyi, they hate us. Igbo people, they hate us. Anambra people, they used to eat human being. They are very greedy. They do blood money. Imo state man, they are otokoto. All this kind of nonsense. You now begin to, trace it back. That is illiteracy. The level of illiteracy in our land is so alarming, and that is why one man can stand up and tell you that he's taking he communicated to Mazi Alozie through glasses. People will just accept such. Now, what is going on in their midst today? Like I said, the legal team and I just want to bring it down to the issue of Mazi Alozie to tell you that the thing that is holding us down is illiteracy. I don't know, it ranges from different forms of illiteracy. We have the illiteracy of the mind. When somebody will wake up in the morning and begin to tell you that Mazi Alozie, look at his situation, you are not related to the family. You are not in good terms with the family. You are not in good terms with the legal team. As currently, you have been fall out with all the legal team that are working, for the restoration of this struggle, and at the same time to bring Mazi Alozie out. You are not in any good time with Ipob members, such as Nnamdi who visited our leader. Then where are you getting your information to tell your gullible followers that is the situation of Mazi Alozie? So I just want to boil it down to it's illiteracy that is, driving this around. So in summary, we are one people, and that is the reason why I want to give kudos to one young man in Biafra land called Nnamdi. The guy is really doing a very, very marvelous job. He move around, he try to interrogate people to ask them, who are you? Where do you think you are coming from? Can I hear your own language? Speak, I speak my own. These are the people we're supposed to support when we talk about supporting. Not one junkie who tell you that he want to give you freedom and asking you to contribute money. How many times some of them have asked for fund, give us fund. These are the people we're supposed to be supporting for their movement, because what they are doing is nothing but the modalities of IPOB. to bring our people together, to know who is who. So it is very, very shameful among us, exception of IPOB, who have taken it upon themselves to educate one another, for them to realize that nothing will divide us. We must continue to forge ahead because we have realized that those who divided us did it in a way for us to continue fighting ourselves, whereas they are enjoying the resources that come from our land. So we will continue in this way. I just want to hang on here and just wait for next topic. So in summary, we can never relent. We can never relent, no matter the shenanigans that is coming on our way, no matter the obstacles. This is what makes this struggle interesting. Ability for us to conquer and continue moving forward. I stand by.
Yeah, thank you, Metusela. Thank you. Before I go to Judge Money, there's a clip I sent you and I sent to Metusela. Can you play that clip for me? The desk of Imo State Media now, please, before Judge Money comes up. I think they're hot. They're hot. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi. Yes, Mazi, I can hear you.
growth in our land. We can actually come together and build with the resources that is within our reach. We can build a nation that is more than Dubai. We could build a nation that is more than China. India is becoming the production capital of the world. India. What does India have that we do not have? It is the will, it is the togetherness that we do not have. And that is the reason why, while Nigeria is so divided, we in the eastern region, we should not allow ourselves to be divided. Because if they continue to divide you, they tell you you are good luck, you are not a belly. It means that they want to actually make you a minority. If you go to the parliament, no one will ever, you cannot come together to make a decision and stand by it, because when you are speaking different language, another person from Igbo land is speaking different language, you can never cover the number of the people, the representative from the north. So it is actually when we come together as the people of the eastern region, we know that was divided after the war, and that was divided after the war, before the war actually, they started the division. So we must understand that if we come together, we will achieve our economic freedom. If we come together, our children will stop running to die in Mediterranean Sea. Our children will stop dying in Sahara Desert. Our children will stop being in prison all over the world. It is all about us. If you think about it, it's all about us. Our people want to take risks to make it because they are not having access. Yet you will see people from the so-called South. They are all over Europe. They are all over Italy. Our women are actually there selling their body in Dubai. It is our women. We cannot deny it. Why? Because we are actually under pressure. Economic pressure. How do we actually diversify this problem? By we understanding that it is not about Igbo. It is not about the Southeast. It is not about the South. It is about the Eastern region. It is about the Igbo land, because all of us, we are one. We speak the same language, but we speak it in different tongues. That's why I appreciate Mazi Alozie for bringing about that guy called Nnamdi. That guy is doing a wonderful job. I thought I was the only one who noticed that guy, because it is not about how you speak your language that makes you different from me. We are the same. And Britain knows it. Fulani man knows it. They understand it. The reason why Fulani decided to go emasculate Hausa people and rule over them, to give them the number. But we continue to segregate our number. Why do you think we are going to go anywhere? For the fact that Asare Dokubo is in the Niger Delta, throwing fake military to come and kill our people, it is part of the contract. It is contracted. If they give them the contract, all they want them is for them to continuously bring this division between our people in the east and the south, so-called southeast and the south. So the only way we will navigate this problem, it is for you to forget. You saw they say that you saw how they remove power from Goodluck Jonathan. They rig election. They remove him because his name is Ebele. That's why they remove him. And the same thing you saw Obi, his name is Obi. That is the reason why they deprive him of his mandate. So you will still see it continues, because we in the eastern region, we do not belong to the fraternity that is called Nigeria. Nigeria is a fraternity that was created by Britain. If you are not part of this fraternity, you are not going anywhere. Rather, they will pick some idiot in your midst, like Asare Dokubo. They will pick some idiot in your midst, like Ojuzo Kalo and them. They will pick them up and make them rich. And at the end of the day, they speak only for themselves. They will never cater for any of us. So it is all up to us, for ordinary people who have felt the spike of these challenges, all these economic challenges we have felt. It is up to us to come together and navigate our problem together. It is actually, we are not anti-African unification, but there is something you remove inside the meat before you actually eat the meat. And that is the same thing we want to remove. The structure that was enacted by Britain, which is called Nigeria.
that Nigeria is part of. If we are able to destroy this structure, we will be free as the people, including a Yoruba man, including a Fulani man, including a Hausa man. All of us are going to be free. And it is only way we can do it. There is no other way. Then we will unify ourselves as long as we have our territorial integrity. And the most important thing that we need to start fighting in our land, all this nepotism, you are from this side, you are from that side, it is not part of us. It is something that we learned because of the hardship that we find among us. So I will leave it here until I'm called up again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, gentlemen, thank you. Mazi, hold on, please. Mazi Chikosi, you just welcomed. We are taking number 2 topic and number 1. Take number 2 first. But if you have little time, you can just run all of them together, okay? Mazi Chikosi, you're welcome. We'll give you the platform now. Mazi Chika. Okay. Mazi, come on. He will come back. Okay, go Biafra, mute yourself.
Thank you very much. All here, Biafra.
Biafra will hear you, brother.
Greetings to Biafrans, IPOB worldwide. My name is Rene Idudu Ogemuno. I am an Isoko speaking Biafran from the coastal region of Biafra land. And today I am happy to speak on Biafra, Radio Biafra, to also add my voice and to also contribute to what we are doing. We have topics. We have several topics, and of course, Mazi said I should go to number 2, and of course, I will go direct to number 2, and probably I might also touch number 1 in a little bit. I greet everyone who have spoken already, and of course, I salute our listeners. Yeah, concerning divide and rule. Divide and rule. Before I will go into this divide and rule, I will want to use this opportunity to also applaud every freedom fighter worldwide, especially IPOB, because to fight for a black man is not easy. Because when you are fighting for a black man, you have to be using one hand to be protecting yourself. Some of the freedom fighters, especially from the African race, they are doing it because they have no option, because there is something that is paining them. There is something that is telling them that you don't just have to give up. You don't just have to stop. Because the stupidity of a black man is beyond me. Let me just use me for example. Yeah, divide and rule, I will say it in my own way. Divide and rule in the old eastern region, which was the Biafra and which is still the Biafra, because after the old eastern region, before the war, it was divided. Okay, and I will say that it is the fault of those, the divide and rule. I say that the fault should be shared because should I say the leaders who have come before us all these years, in so many decades before the war, 3 regions, or to some extent 4 regions, which is the north, the west, the southwest, and the southeast. And the southeast consists of this today southeast and the south. And these 2 southeast and the south was the eastern region. And of course, we have a tiny, what's it called, Midwest. Midwest that ought not to be. Now, before the war, they saw the British commissioners, the high commissioner that were in Lagos and Abuja. They were the ones that were engineering the person of Gowon and their Kakus. to do something to weaken the Eastern region because we are one. Because they saw that since we are together, it will be very difficult for them to break us through. And according to our veterans, they said it was just announced in the radio that from somewhere from Iguacha down to Calabar is no more Eastern region. It is now Calabar, it's now Port Harcourt. Just to bring divine
the global family and the movement of indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, led by the great and the indefeasible leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to state on record and in direct rebuttal and of the planted falsehood being peddled by the mischief makers within the corridor of power in Abuja and its security agencies living large on the inflated and the security budgetary allocations that the great ESN funded by our leader have no camps in the forests of Biafra land. What ESN have are strategically located staging posts at our borders from which numerous armed incursions into Biafra land by killer Janjaweed henchmen have been repealed and the countless occasion. Therefore, the well-worn propaganda of the government-sponsored media houses linking any alleged criminal hideouts to ESN is a futile effort to undermine and diminish the critical work being undertaken by the gallant men and women to preserve our land and secure the lives of our farmers. The mischievous mischaracterization of the activities of ESN that saved the entire Southeast and the South from the murderous onslaught of the terrorist killer henchmen now ravaging Benue and the Plateau axis should not be trivialized by the attributing any alleged criminal hideout to ESN. ESN outposts do not and will not condone criminal elements. We know there are concerted efforts by those intent on using cattle as a ruse to conquer and subjugate indigenous population to the dictates of external domination and servitude to weaken the public standing of ESN in order to relaunch a murderous invasion of the East under the guise of farmer-header clash. ESN not the armed or military wing of Ipob. It solely exists to keep Biafra land safe from the ravage of Janjaweed terrorist killer henchmen. Now, plaguing Benue and the Plateau states, since the launch of ESN by our supreme leader, Mazi Alozie, the main objective of ensuring the safety of farmlands in the East has been largely accomplished. The Janjaweed terrorists masquerading as henchmen has been denied the space to operate with impunity, unlike what's obtained prior to the coming of ESN. Today, East has been spared the excesses of this marauders. Had it not been for the timely intervention of ESN, terrorists masquerading as henchmen with the help of security agencies would have overrun Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi states that came under sustained attack about 2.5 years ago. The East would have suffered the same fate now being endured by the Southern Kaduna, Benue, Plateau, and other indigenes of the Middle Belt. East has come to stay in Biafra land. ESN has come to stay, ESN has come to stay in Biafra land, and no amount of government-funded propaganda will change this fact. Those security agencies under pressure to justify their homologous security budget should seek other avenue of explanation and stop this shameful habit of punishing the good men of ESN. Our public secretary, that Comrade Emma Powerful, media and the publicity secretary for Ipob. Thank you, Mazi.
Mazi, take number 3 and number 4 briefly and make a closing remark, no?
Okay, I'm coming. Please give me here. I have some issues here, but wait.
Okay, let me tell you the topic, okay? Ipob will not accept anything less than the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi can come September. And the last one, the need for villagers to start exposing those behind kidnapping and harassment of our people.
I'm back there. I'm back here. Are you hearing me?
You're on. The whole world is hearing you, brother. People is living in place.
Yeah, in the issue of our leader being continuously legally held against the order of the appeal court, one thing they should know, one thing the Nigeria state should know, or let me just direct this particular address to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu should know one particular thing. No matter how he will try to protect the interests of the West, it is hard time because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being you there is on the interest of the Western world. It is time that every African should understand that you don't take what belongs to somebody's father and take care of far away family that doesn't relate to you anywhere or anyhow. Because this is what is happening to us in Africa. Most of people who parading themselves as presidents in African countries protect the interests of the Western world. The reason behind this is what I've tried to find out, and I'm still investigating the reason behind this particular act. Because if you go to England today, they are paying their citizens a social, financial help to sustain every family, except the billionaires and the millionaires there. But how come people that own this good, people that own this oil, people that own all the other mineral resources, why are they keeping them empty without taking care of them? Rather, they are keeping and they adding hardship on daily basis on these people, which is us, the Africans. So whatever they like or whatever plan they have come up with, like sorry to bring this information on board, I forgot. There is an intel they sent to me that was, today is Tuesday, that was on Sunday evening, that the British government, in collaboration with France, have contacted the White House and pleaded with them that they don't have any other option. That the only option that we have now is to continue postponing the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Someone that has been discharged by your own court. Now you are taking order from this wicked Westerners who does not want Africa to survive. Tinubu should tread with care. Because that is what the intel I received, that they will keep on postponing. But they don't have any charges against this man. Because even the little effort they have made so far. Recently, Joe Biden has confirmed that he's only in Nigeria. A president died, and they couldn't find out for good 6 years. This is on media, from BBC. That is why they did not add these particular charges on our leader's case. Because they knew that if they go there, after war, many things will be reviewed. But now, God has forced that man from US to say it by himself. So, I am asking them to do the needful by making sure that they release this man. Because if they don't release this man, according to court order, since they said that the Supreme Court must entertain the case, let the Supreme Court entertain the case. We are waiting. But postponing the case is what IPOB will not endure anymore. IPOB have many ways to catch a fish. If they think that maybe let us hold him down so that because information is given to them that if they free him, this will happen, and the other one will happen, which I don't want to mention. But they should know that what will be. I don't know why African leaders are not learning from what happened to others, because a wise man always watch what happened to others and correct himself before it happened to him. But in this case in Nigeria, I found out that all these politicians in Nigeria, they don't want to learn what happened in Sudan. They don't want to learn a lesson from what happened in Somalia. They don't want to learn a lesson for what is happening today in Niger, where the Fulanis are come, where the people who is ruling Nigeria are come from. They don't want to learn. So earlier they act and learn fast. Better for them. Mazi, this is where I will stop. God bless you.
Mazi, thank you. We'll meet same time next week, okay? The same platform. We are just welcome. I love your spirit. After your activities, you still come in. And let me give you that platform to speak and treat all of them at the same time and make a closing. My wife, you're welcome, eh?
Adima ekene m onye ọbụla ndewo n'ụtụtụ ọma ehihie ọma na mgbede ọma. Afa mbụ nwada Achalugo na-enwere adịgboroja chacha ada Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biko nụ ndị be anyị gbaghalụnụ m ajọsụ m na-abata kịta anụnwa ka m gbapịa ọsọ maka na oge adịrọ. Achọrọ m iji ohere a wee kene onye ọbụla all my fellow comrades nọ na online. Asị m ka Chineke gọzie unu ncha unu niile na-agbani maka na onye be na-agba ọkụ anaghị achụ oke. Unu afụgo ka eke si anyanwụ. Tata anyị nwere tọpik na-anọ tọpik nọ. Nke mbụ si otu ndị iro si wee chọọ otu ndị iro si wee gbaa IPOB mgba n'afọ na-abụ gara aga. Unu n'anya unu ga-afụ na nke a bụ eziokwu. Otego ndị a ji ewu anyị na-ewusi anyị ike. Ha gbakọ anyị mgba. And ọ bụrụ that na IPOB akwụdosighị ike, I don't think na mụ na gị na-abụ ya nọ tata na-ekwu okwu. I believe that na ndị be anyị nọ na Biafra land unu ncha na-anụ onu m tata. Ị na-anya efu that na ndị zoo gọọmenti, ndị Nigerian gọọmenti, ha plantiri ndị ilo, ha bupụtara oke ego. Ịma ihe bụ that na-ebupụtara ego. Ọ bụ that na emepe ọnụ gwago that na ebupụtara ego ka e wee destroy ya IPOB. Ị na-anya efu na ozigbo anụchata that na ejidere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka ndị a niile nwapụtara. Already otene ha ji wee na-akpanya bụ nkịta. Otego. So wee megide ihe a lot of you furu na ihe emelu IPOB. Anọkata create a devil ma si na create another group n'ime IPOB which no mechara create. Despite that na onye ji wee menya bụ ihe pụtara na aghọrị onwe. But tata ihe niile agbana n'anwụ ikuku eko n'afọ n'ike ọkụkọ. Nke a gosiri that na mgbe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sịrị that na oye take 1000 years iji wee destroy IPOB. O minuru ya eziokwu. A lot of ndị ala ha agbanigo mana tata ọnya anaghị n'eze that na IPOB na ha agaghị emenwu ihe dị na ya. Ọ bụrụ that na ị nọrụ tata asị that na ịfụhụ mgba agbara IPOB leadership maọbụ IPOB worldwide ma that na ị na-atụkpodo onwe gị asị because na ọ bụrụ that na anyị akwụdosighị ike alụ ụkala ime ka m gbadogodi ebe ahụ maka na ọ bụrụ na nkwuwa okwu juru m ọnụ ema na chi ya eji tata maka na okwu ka nkụ. Then nke abụọ bụ otu esi wee kewaa mụ na gị na-abụ maka na abịa na mgbe mbụ anyị bụ ofu mana megide duto na gịnị mere ndị be anyị a na-akpakarị ihe ofu aka. Ọ bụrụ na onwe ihe a na-emekịtara nwa kama onye Igbo ga-apụta jụọ ajụjụ ị na-ene anya omechi ọnụ onye ya ekwu onye ka eji agba Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mgbaruo tata because of n'ọsọsọ ebe onye senitere isi na-ajụ ajụjụ. Onwe nke emelụ dụwara aṅa ọjụ na aha eme na ọ dụghị possible na onwe that is na onwe mgbe ka emee ya ka o ji wee nwee a lot of ndị ilo tata anọkatalụ nnọọ kpụrụ nnọọ ọtọ kewaa mụ na gị na anyị zaba Imo steeti onye nke azaba Anambra nke ọzọ zaba Abịa azaba Enugu a na-eme ihe a onweghị ofu mkpụrụ onye be anyị mepere ọnụ sị kedu ihe mere eji wee na-ekewa anyị ka ihe eji wee sị ka ndị azaba Imo enwere ike ịbịakọwala anyị tata anyị ji maka na-egbusisi onwe anyị ịpụta tata onye ọbụla na-eme nkewa abụ m onye Imo for that reason ada nwaanyị ya ha n'onye Imo steeti achọghị m ndị Imo steeti ịbịa nọ nwa ndị Imo steeti na-egwu wayo ndị Anambra na-egbu ndị mmadụ ndị Anambra ji nne ha agwọ ọgwụ ego ndị Abịa steeti bụ ha na-eri anụ mmadụ ndị abịrịba ndị otu a ka esi wee jide mụ na gị na-abụ wee chitọọ jide anyị wee kewasị anyị wee kụọ anyị mkpụrụ akpọmasị n'ime ịfụzie nwanne wado ka ịfụrụ agụ maka gị na-egosi onwe anyị nke ahụ bụ that is nnukwu alụ ka alụ ọnya na-agbawacha m obi mana ihe m na-achọ ịgwa ndị be anyị tata bụ ekwene ka ndị Fulani bata na be anyị bịa tiri gị ọgba aghara all in the name of n'ịbụ onye Imo onye abụ onye Anambra onye abụ onye Abịa ejikwa eme nke ame nke ọzọ mgbe mbụ anyị ncha bụ ịbụ ruo nwa tata anyị bụ ofu so hapụnụ ndị a ọ bụrụ na Biafra bụ ihe niile that is a ga-akọrekt che maka na ndị lụrụ arụ enweghị ike ịbịa gwa anyị otu anyị ga-esi wee bibe anyị ọnya bụ ihe m na-agwa ụnụ maka na ọ bụrụ na ikewasị anyị dividing and ruling na-ezigbo ihe ka ọ bụ onye Fulani aka ahụ ịbịabịa ndị Fulani aka ahụ ịbịabịa meela anyị ya ha kara ịhapụ mụ na gị na-abanye a na-asọ ngọngọ and we must not abide by it so ọnya bụ ihe m sị ka m gwa ụnụ tata then topic number 3 na IPOB onweghị mgbe ọkwa ifuru disi ikpe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na-abịa na Septemba gee ntị anyị nwa bụ the indigenous people of Biafra ụmụ anyanwụ ọ bụkwa ha apụta dada agba nwa nnụnụ na-efe ọ bụrụ na ha mana ha hapụrụ anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na Septemba anyị ahụ ekwewu onwekwu ihe ekwuterie ha makpụdat na na-akpọpụta na 14th of Septemba ha mara amadat na n'ọdade ka ọ na-anabe nne ọ bụkwa ha pụta kịta anụ ma na-achịgharị anyị ote na-eji achịgharị anyị this time around anyị asa n'anya mụrụ anya dịka azụ maka na onye asị dat na-edischarge ana mee ya acquitted ọ pụta na Nigerian gọọmenti na ha anaghị ha anụ oyibe ọ pụta na ha amazi the meaning of discharge and acquitted ihe ndị a na-achọ ịkọwara anyị onye ọbụla kọọtụ kpechara ikpe wee sị dat na-edischarge ana kedu ihe ọ ka nọtọ n'aka ndị ilo eme ọ ihe m sị ka m jụọ taa ọ na federal government of Nigeria ọ pụtara na ọ na ha amaghị oyibo a na-akpọ discharge and acquitted ọ ihe m na-ajụ ka ọ maka na onye Igbo ka ọ maka na ịnyamiri ọ maka na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye Igbo ọ maka na Biafra nke ọ bụ ka eji wee that is na-eme okwu come today come tomorrow come today come tomorrow ihe m na-ekwu bụ that na anyị agakwaghị take from anyị ejekwaghị take easy ma ọ bụkwa na abịacha 14 Septemba ha akọ eji ikute dibịa mmiri efe they should release Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to us because he is discharged and acquitted. Nigerian government should hear me and hear me clear now. They should have discharged him and acquitted him. So they must allow him to go on that 14th September. Because I do not see the reason why they will be disobeying their own court. I have not seen any country that disobeys their own courts. It is not done in any country. It is only Nigeria, a lawless country, when it comes to an Igbo man. When it comes to an Igbo man, that is when Nigeria will not have law. But once it is a Fulani man, Nigeria will have law. So I am telling them today to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. Coming this September 14th, they should allow that innocent man to go because he committed no crime. He's an innocent man. He is a freedom fighter. And everybody knows the meaning of a freedom fighter. When we are talking about freedom, when we are talking about freedom fighting, a lot of people knows what it takes to be a freedom fighter. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. I did not see the reason why Fulani Janjaweed, they keep on investigating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his activities. He is a freedom fighter for kingdom's sake. They should allow him to go. They should stop turning him around. He committed no crime. So ihe na-ekwutata bụ ịbụrụ nwa afọ Igbo mụrụ anya emezina mmegedi mụrụ anya kwupụtara dazi kwuchitebelu nwanne gị ọ bụrụ na imechi ọnụ iji onwe gị o ji onye na-ana ji onwe mmiri ta na-ejide ọlụ nwa nkịta ọ bụ release Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọ dịghị sọsọ ndị IPOB as far as na ịbụ nwa Igbo n'iso na this mapụ anụnwa that na-eso wee kewata gị iso na Biafra we will always speak for Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Speak for him because I have not seen any Fulani man that is against his or her brother. I have not seen any Fulani woman that is against his or as in her own sister. So stop kwụsịna ime nrughe. Ndị be anyị kwụsịna ide ede anyị ụna adazi na ede anya na ọ dịghị mma. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ nwanne gị. Kwụsị ime anya ka ọ na-efu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Jụba ajụjụ, why are they still holding your brother? Ka ihe mere eji ka jidekọ Maazị Nnamdi. Ọ bụrụkwa na ha mana ha iji ahapịa na 14 Septemba anụnwa ha gwakwa anyị n'oge ka anyị jiri n'oge kwadobe because ụbọchị ahụ ọ ga-adị egwu onwekwe ihe ekwuterie. They should allow Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to go because we do not see the reason why their own court discharged him and acquitted him. They still hold him there. They should allow him to go. That is what I am saying today. So Tunumbu, wherever you are, hear me now, hear me clear. Just hear me. Do the needful and allow Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to go. Unless Mo Malami na Biafrans na ogene. Okuno follow that video. We able that the group of Simon Ekpa. Maka ọha bụ na na-adịghị mma. Since eji wejide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this one na Finland. Onweghị ụdị ọrụ ọ naghị eme na be anyị. Nke bụ dat na-egwuru ana amahụ mmanụ ka agbere ka ọbụ ọbara. Wee na-agwọkọ ihe ọ bụ na-eduhie iyi. Ka ha hapụ ikwu kampụ.
Wada Chalugo just reminded me, ihe ahụ bụ na arọ ndị Izọgụ. Temple Butuzo and onye na-lead that group. Onye dị ndị ahụ steeti, onye na-lead that group Zuma. Kamgbe 14 December 2 years ago, ka a na-akpọ ya Fada Radio Biafra. I have been mentioning his name. And ebe kapụ ha nọ na-akụ arọ ndị Izọgụ.
Onye ka ha na-arụ ọrụ?
All time on it, but how I get the villagers, whole state, and that whole in our food, I said it, whole I hear now for the Habu, when I got the Habu, we are all brand of money, yeah, our branded mother. So I will put people out on this dog, okay, but you were in the chat on the even on the police channel, Biafra, maybe he need that. Oh, how all of them have a human organ. They trade on human organ, human part. So then the human being. These people are cannibal. They're cannibal nature. They eat human beings. How they put money? Yeah, and and this is what I mean. And now on these organs. On Sundays, how they went to pastors. But even for Hannah, they demanded doctors. Yeah, and then they could come down. Can we keep it to a program?
Oh, ntowado ndebe anyị bikonu ebe ọbụna ekwena ka aghọli agha kwefuru vidio unu nenelu nyaahụ onweghị ihe ọbụ ekwekwana ka mmadụ nọkata were ụdịka ihe asịghị ga-ekwukpene ifu ebe a na-eme arụ ifu kampụ ndị a pụọ ifu ebe ha gagara ha bụ egbe na-eme nke nwane gwa that is raise alarm ndị egbucha na ndebe anyị gịnị bụ dia motive ha ji wee na-akwa ha iyi ị na-akwa iyi dat na ihe ị na-eme na ọdịmma o nwere onye fụchara ebe a na-eme ihe ọjọọ na kastigeti gịnị mere eji eduhie iyi ọ bụrụ dat na ijekata ijefu ebe ndị iro nọ ebe ha na-eme asị na ndị woto raise alarm ka ịzọpụta nwanne gị maka o metụ ime ọ ga-emetụkwa ọnụ ị na-eme na ọ gbasara gị nwanne ọhaghị imetụ nwanne gị so ihe m sị ka m gwa ndị be anyị donu biko maka na ụdịka ihe anụnwa a na-eme na be anyị ọ dịgo too much anọkata onye fụrụ tata echi asị gị dat na-eburu ne maka na ndị dị otu anụnwa na-akwụ n'iyi aha nwe na-ekidnapụ ụmụnne anyị aha nwe na-anọkata snatch ya nweta mmadụ jee na free station gbalụ fuelu he ya ha akwụ ụgwọ ikwụsị ike asị gị na ha bụ ESN ọkwa ifune so all kinds of alụ dị iche iche na-eme na be anyị a ga-akwụsị ya ebe ọbụla ịfụrụ ha gadarụ raise alarm zoro ezoru asịkwa ha ngwụgbo onwe gị n'anwụ maka ha pụọ gbagbuo gị izoro ezoru raise alarm ije that is ịnwagasịa na ndị iyi agwa ọ bụrụ na ịnwaghị onye iji agwa contact me deelu m ozi ide ha alụ m ozi oluo everywhere so ihe m sị ka m gwa unu donu biko on this note biko ebe a ka m na-achịkọta maka na anya efu na oge aga na abatalụ m late mụ maka a na-akpọ nwaada Achalugo na-enwere adịgboroja ada Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always support ihe a na-eme ọ bụ na-eje IPOB meeting na-atụ dues gị ebe ọ pụtara a na-ekwu okwu ọma maka IPOB support akọtọzina nwanne gị donu biko maka na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is like our father and this Biafra nwe ekpere m n'isi each and every one of you that unu ga-adị ndụ fụ Biafra onye ọbụla ṅụrụ iyi si na agaghị enweta Biafra onye ahụ ga-eji anazere mmiri Biafra ga-abịa n'azụ onye ahụ ọnya bụ ekpere m n'isi unu tata so ka emetianụ.
Thank you. He said, please, Judge Money, take 2-3 minutes and we are running up. Please, Judge Money, please take number 10, but just sharply.
All right. Number 2 and number. I think I did number 2, so it's number 3 and
number 3 and 4. Just a few minutes. Number 10, number 4, please. In 3 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much, great Biafrans. We are actually on our way to closure. It is very, very necessary for us to understand that the freedom of our leader is non-negotiable. Like I have said it before, the Appeal Court of Nigeria, they have actually, because the process of appeal and the
actually what they have done, regardless of this vacation or vocation, whatever they say they are into. The people who are the investigation officers, the prosecutors, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer under trial. It is claimed that the verdict given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one under trial. So, and the person who issued that, stay of execution, which is Malami, is a criminal, is a criminal suspect, which is going through trial in Nigeria as it stands. So he is not in a good position to stay execution against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because it is actually for his own selfish interest. Malami actually underseen many illegal oil sales in Nigeria, and he sold them and he embezzled the money, and that is exactly the reason why you see him coming out to say he is not on the run, that he is available for trial. So how could a criminal suspect be given a mandate to stay execution of a person whom court has discharged and acquitted? So first of all, the person who initiated this stay execution must recuse themselves first before the stay of execution will continue. So it is within the ambit of the law that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a free man. He is a free man, and within the verdict that was issued on the side of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there is nothing foul there, and the court knows it. So that is the reason why we are calling for this court to, on this coming court date, they should respect themselves and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we are losing our patience. It is not a threat, but it is what it is. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released in this upcoming court, it means that it is about the executive and their selfish or their personal vendetta against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they are manipulating the court system. That is the only reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if he is not released, and we know this, and it is not going to go down well with many of our Biafran people. That is one thing that Nigeria need to understand. They cannot use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for their joker with this election tribunal, which is supposed to take place anytime soon. So we are watching them to see where they are going to land. We don't have much to say until we get to that day. But the most important thing is that the person who initiated stay of execution, which is Abubakar Malami, former Attorney General of Federation, must recuse himself because he's a criminal. A criminal cannot label another person a criminal. So it is very, very important in our communities in Biafra land, which is the last topic, for our people to make sure that they expose every criminal activities done by these infiltrators, regardless of where they are doing it. Just like Nwada Chalugo said, don't blow your cover. Make sure that you are protected, because you protect yourself first before you blow a whistle. So you make sure that you call those numbers. All our media warriors, you know them. You follow them. Even myself, you can actually get through to me any information. It will definitely get to the leadership. Anywhere you find this criminal element, you get it known to us, and we will deal with it. We cannot allow this criminal coming to hold our communities on ransom. That is, telling them to take an oath in order to protect them. Ipob ESN never did such thing, because they know they are genuine. People protect them. People love them. People give them their support. So they don't need to force the support of the people. It is only a criminal that force you to support them. Just like
very, very important that our people continue the Twitter Tuesday, and we call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the upcoming court sitting. He must be released. No negotiation. We call on Tinubu because I know that he does not have much time. Let it be only good thing that he will do. Maybe it will grant him some grace. Thank you very much, great Biafrans and my comrades in the house.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you for coming. We meet next week again. Yeah, Biafra, please take 3 and 4 in less than 3 minutes, please. Mazi, make a closing remark at 10 time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. I greet our listener, IPOB worldwide. First and foremost, the freedom of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is non-negotiable. The court have granted him freedom according to the Nigeria High Court in Abuja, said that Nnamdi Kanu should be let go free, and there should be no other charges or any other case on him, because after all the checkmating, all the evidence, all the accusation against him, there was nothing. So he should be let go. So Nigeria government should obey their own court order. There was something that transpired in the Nigeria Senate about 2 weeks ago, and Senator Abaribe drew my attention to that. And he said he was asking the Senate president, the person of Akpabio, that what if this new administration does not obey court order? And Akpabio told him that I would like you to withdraw that statement. This is not a Buhari government. This is a Tinubu government, and we obey court orders. I believe that they will obey their own court order, because I vividly and I take note of that particular video, and I have the video. Probably some of us have already seen that video. They have to obey their court order since it is their own court. Yes, for our people in the villages, in the town, and the cities of Biafra land, the inquiries numbers to report every illegal activity by the Merima and his gang and his criminal gangs have been given severally. Don't say that you did not see it. If you say you did not see it, go to IPOB Rapture. Then go to the photos, begin to scroll. You will see the inquiries number there. You can take it and you can report any illegal activity that some of all these idiots that thought that sit at home will bring our leader out. Because people that doesn't have sense. Sit at home was meant for some genuine reason. First of all, to test the popularity, to test the people who are with the Biafra struggle. And our leader tested it, and it shows 100% positive. And of course, sometimes we use it to punish our enemies, like those who have killed us during the Biafra war, like the person of Buhari. When he's coming, we shut down Biafra land, telling him that he is not welcome here. For some of these sensitive reasons, it doesn't mean that he sits at home that he's going to get us Biafra. And I myself vividly know that it's not sit at home. Sit at home is not going to get us Biafra, but we use it for just some tiny something that to pass some messages. Not just you just wake up, you pass it at home without no reasons, because you drink NSC of 33 euros and you dance like a village local shop. So I believe I've made that very clear.
Yes.
So I've made that very clear. And lastly, I just use that point to touch number 3 and 4. Now, my closing remark will still go back to number 2.
No. Mazi, number 4. Just close there. We don't have time.
No, I'm closing. I've already touched number 4 already. I've closed number 4 already. So my closing remark. Okay. Let me leave it that way. So Biafrans, I will be leaving you. But we'll see again probably next week, and we should continue to remain strong. We should continue to remain resolute, and we should continue to remain sensitive. I will say Isoko Wado, Robo Wado, Tenshakiri Wado, Ijo Wado, Ibo Wado, Bibi Wado, Anag, Epi Wado, all here Biafra.
thank you for coming. Methuselah, one minute, please. In less than 3 minutes, take number 4 and number 3 and make a closing remark. Mazi Methuselah.
Yes, back again. See your brother, Mazi Alozie, popularly known as Melchizedek. Brothers and sisters and lovers of freedom that are hearing our voice, we don't want to overflow the issues. I still want to give the leaders of this struggle an assignment. We don't want to just come and begin to give warning to those who will keep a deaf ear to it. It is time for us to lift up our games because we have done the needful, which is having patience for the legal team to do their job. We don't want to interfere as their process is going on. As we are edging to the end of this court process, which we are also going to witness on 14th of September this year, being the day our leader will also go to court again. They have triumphed in the last one they went to, and the result was acquitted and discharged. And the government kept a very deaf ear to it. Like our brother rightly said, we don't use it at home to get freedom. We don't use it at home, to release somebody who is being held hostage by externals. Because what you are doing, you sit at home, is those that are still supporting you. And we continue hammering it over and over. The sit at home you are doing does not affect an average politicians in Nigeria. Their houses are in Lagos and Abuja. Their children, most of them are studying abroad. Some of them have a very foreign bank account. So all their daily activities is not in Biafra land. And when you put your seat at home, your people are not even obeying it willingly. You are forcing them, destroying their livelihood, and then telling them that you are Ipob, whereas you are not another group. So it is now left on the shoulder of the leadership to go and put heads together, to start now, to strategize on the mayhem we should unleash, so that to give warning, especially to those governors and politicians in our place, because they call themselves their representative and they are not doing anything for us. We have to, step up our game. Last time we were mandated not to see any of them in Western world. A lot of things should be done. Because I don't want us to keep on, speaking. We want to put smile on those who have been holding on, following us, obeying the instruction of the leadership, trying to expose the criminals who try to intercept why the court process is on. Because some of them don't understand the strategy we're using. You don't have to destroy the process that is going on. We don't want to give the enemy to give a reason of holding our leader further. And as Chugo government will have it, we differentiate ourselves from the criminals. And now is the last time we are waiting. And this is the time we want to show that we have all it takes to fight for freedom. In nutshell, the leadership of the struggle, the Directorate of State, should go together like they normally do, find out a strategy that is going to pen those in charge, not the one of the innocent souls who are suffering and supporting us. So that after this 14, we don't want to, I'm not the type that always, put my egg in one basket. Yes, this is a new government, but still, they are still the same black people. Nothing have changed because the language they understand is not the language of dialogue. They see you as a peaceful maker, as a coward. So we need to, do something that can be able to reverberate in the minds of our politicians, in the minds of our political leaders who are there not to speak for us, but to put us down. So I have to leave it here. Rememberless, and I remain a humble servant, Methuselah Melchizedek.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Fearless evangelist, please. Within 3 minutes, take number 4 and number 3, please.
Let me touch it. One is Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu in September is something Nigeria must know. And there is something I just got now, as our people was speaking on that very topic. I remember that it was 14 September that the house of our leader was attacked in 2017. If the Nigerian Supreme Court judges can if they can show that they are human beings, for what Nigeria did in the house of Nnamdi Kanu, they are supposed to pay Nnamdi Kanu back with 14th of September 2023. judgment. They should give him a very clear judgment, because the same court, appeal court that freed him, was where they went and appealed against the ruling. It is wrong. It is wrong. It is not done. The same appeal court, you went there and appealed. The same court that discharged Nnamdi Kanu. So let them use what happened in Afaruku in 2017, 14th of September. Let them use this 14th of September 2023 and settle it. They have to use it because it is the same thing. You know, in Igbo language, they said, so I think they can use that opportunity. I don't have to speak much on this because Tinubu have no ground on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu defeated the government that arrested him. So what Tinubu should do is to honor Nnamdi Kanu with his victory, court victory. Nnamdi Kanu need to honor. Nnamdi Kanu need to honor. So the Supreme Court should honor Nnamdi Kanu. This victory didn't come easy. It wasn't cheap. We came from scratch. It was from scratch up to appeal. From appeal, we won appeal. This is Supreme. After Supreme is heaven. So I don't know what they expect. We will not take it easy if they try to dribble us because we have endured much. Then on the issue of insecurity, our people taking care of this land, it is our duty. And we have been doing it as IPOB, but our people should help us. If IPOB is involved in criminality, we will not tell you to catch criminals. This is one point we are holding our people. So if IPOB have been carrying on these criminality, why is it that we don't differentiate and say, hey, catch this criminal and leave the other criminal? We said, catch every criminal, expose every criminal. Even if it is me, you are hearing my voice now. Expose me if I'm a criminal in Biafra. We don't want it. We don't want it. Expose everybody that is a criminal. You cannot be committing crime. Yeah, then you will turn around and go to social media and condemn the governors. Governors have never pointed a gun on you. They use their military and police. But you are shooting and killing. Somebody that gave order to kill a pregnant woman who opened his mouth on Facebook or broadcast on YouTube, be condemning a governor. Somebody that gave order to shoot Okada man, burn down a keke. We'll be talking about Ifanyoba that we have never seen pointing gun on anybody. But Simon Ebrima have killed. So all these autopilot, none of them have right to fight any politician. It is IPOB that have right to condemn politicians because we have the grant. We know what we have done. We never did like them. So you have done more than the politician. You don't need to condemn the politician. So our people should wake up. These people are not involved in making our land better. They are to destroy it. Let us continue in our awareness campaign on Twitter. Our people should continue. Nnamdi Kanu must be freed. Thank you, Mazi.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you. We're going to close program with you. Please unmute yourself. Number 3 and number 4. If Layama has anything to say, then we close the program. And don't forget to share the numbers, please, in your platforms, different platforms. I'll place it now. You have the IPOB, HEOD inquiry lines, and the IPOB ET and crime unit numbers. Please, it's very, very important. Whenever your live program, continue to show that number so that people will be collecting the number I'm doing the needful by calling. You can never take, please.
Yes, thank you very much once again, Mazi Alozie, and our host, Mazi Alozie. I want to thank you so much once again. And I want to thank the leadership of this movement led by Mazi Alozie. Honestly, the battle we have fought so far and won is great. It's enormous. It's a lot. And I want to appreciate all my fellow comrades who have spoken well today. And I want to appreciate every Biafran media warrior because Mazi Kanu build each and every one of us as media warriors. That is why the enemy cannot defeat us. Because if they know the number of people who are fighting for the restoration of Biafra from all over the world, they will not ever defeat us. Despite the fact we don't have money, they have every money on this planet Earth. They have billions. They sponsor all the enemies to attack the struggle, to hijack the struggle with billions of dollars. We don't have money, but we have consistency. We have Chukwu-Kika-Biama, and we have orderliness. And the code is command and control. That is why we're able to defeat these enemies. Now, the number 3 and number 4 topic we are treating today Mazi Nnamdi must be released. It is a done deal. He must be free because Mazi Nnamdi have committed no crime known to man. And I want to send message to the Nigeria Senate. I want to also send message to the presidency.
Okay, that voice is very low. I don't know why. His voice is very low.
Am I coming out clear and loud?
Yes, it's audible now. Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So what I'm trying to say is this: because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was called for this mission, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the man whom Chukwu Kabiyama said, "Go and rescue my people." Only his written notes have changed a lot. Nigeria government, the military, and the enemies should know that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out of the dungeon of the enemies, they have not given birth to the mother that gave birth to the mother that gave birth to the mother of the person that will rise up and cause mayhem in Biafra land. And they never born you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the chosen one. He is a peaceful man. He is only demanding for the right of indigenous people of Biafra to decide if they want to have their own nation or to remain in the contraption they call a country. Because of this, there is no man born of a woman that can stop Biafra from being restored, and nobody can hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down. Since the court have declared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu an innocent person, discharged and acquitted. Right now, as I'm talking to you, there's no charge that is on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anymore. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is as free as a bird. He's just being held against his wish as a political prisoner. Yes, as a prisoner of conscience. He has no problem. He committed no crime. The court have said go. So that his letter alone has proven to the world that this man indeed do not hate his people. Because the plan of the enemy was to make the people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fighting for to hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And once they achieve that, it is over for the struggle. They use the enemy to put hardship, to put backwardness, to kill people, to put fear in the heart of people, all in the name of fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and fighting for Biafra. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out and talk about Biafra, people will say, "Is it the same Biafra that you people kept me for 2 weeks, not going out, not looking for money to feed my children? Is it the same Biafra which my house was burned for? Is it the same Biafra which my car was stolen? Is it? Are you doing all these things in the name of Biafra and in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?" And I want those that are listening to know that on this note, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have defeated all the enemies fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, looking up to his command and his control, and making sure that his authority as the leader of the people of Biafra is not touched by anybody. So forget about the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who are coming out, who are shouting, Chikedozie is now seen as the leader of the people of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of the people of Biafra, while Mazi Chikedozie is the head director of state. So why I'm trying to say is this: we are not backing down, and we continue to start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Nigeria government should, as a matter of urgent, allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go come this September. Because every court where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stepped his foot have set him free. Starting from Justice Ademola in 2015, he said this man has committed no crime, let him go. And up to this moment, if you take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the heavenly court, where Chukwu Okabema is the judge himself, he will still set him free because he have committed no crime. Therefore, I'm calling on my brothers and my sisters, those of you that are living in Biafra land, those of you that knows what freedom is all about, those of you that understand what we are doing, that people have died, blood has been spilled because of this struggle, to stand firmly with the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Directorate of State. Any other person who is speaking from any part of the world, I tell you, forget that person because the person doesn't know what he's doing. Only those who are working under the command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are eligible to tell you what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, and it goes. And I want to appreciate Barrister Ichukwu Ejiofor. I want to appreciate Mazi Benjamin Madubu. I want to appreciate our able led counsel, Mike Ozekome. I want to appreciate all the media warriors and everybody broadcasting on Radio Biafra, and those of you that are on the Twitter side of this movement. I appreciate each and every one of you. More especially our gallant men in the bushes, the Eastern Security Network Command. May Chukwu Okabema protect and guide each and every one of you. We shall continue to protect Biafra land until Biafra is restored. And my name from here is Mazi Obeleze Chukwubikem. Asimonya Futata Kafukuyechi Kemesiano. Thank you.
He said, thank you, my brother. Biafra, Layama, hold on 1 second. Let me give out the IPOB / HOD inquiry lines. It's only on Signal. These numbers are only on Signal. Please. +61 43 42 94 745. And the second number is +41 77 906 9681. And ESN, IPOB ESN Investigation Crime Unit. Very important. So take this number down. Anything call ESN is everywhere. In all local government, everywhere. They're everywhere. In another few minutes, they will answer you. +4591 49 8677. I will call this number again. ESN Investigation Unit number. +4591 49 8677. Mazi man, if you have anything to say, please in 1 minute so that we hand over to the platform. Our time has gone. And Mazi Alozie will continue to appreciate you for what they are doing for your motherland. Our prayer is that Niga won't Biafra. Ndewe. Ogulugunda Hisike. Man, if you have anything to say, otherwise we'll sign off. Ndewe.
No, Mazi, I have nothing to say. I have said all. God bless you.
Okay, thank you. Mazi Alozie, thank you for having us today. Biafrans, you've had all of us. You have had the international and Abraham didn't take it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks to all the panel members, and I love you all. See you next week. And this is where we'll be ending the program today. Well, that's what it is. Thanks to all of you for listening, and we'll see you again in the morning. Have a nice day. Thanks to all of you for listening, and we'll see you again in the morning.